Jim J. Bullock of Hollywood Squares, you've been summoned to jury duty. Baywatch star Traci Bingham, you've been summoned to jury duty.
Can't wait.
Best-selling author and TV host Michael Corbett, you've been summoned to jury duty. The only court show where celebrity jurors decide the outcome of your case. Jury duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
All rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Judge Bruce Cutler presides.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Welcome, sir.
Good to see our jurors, and nice to see you all. Welcome to jury duty, so please have a seat. And in jury duty, we have our three celebrity jurors who must reach a unanimous decision, or I make the ruling in the case. So we have today a case about a car. I understand the ladies know each other.
Yeah, we all do.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
of them. So what I've been told, Mr. Powers, just so we get ourselves together and relax, and let's see if we can hash this out so our jurors can figure it out. You, Troy Powers, that's your name, you're suing Miss Stephanie James for $500.
Correct.
That's money owed on a car that she agreed to buy from you.
Correct.
Is that the idea? Miss James claims that the condition of the car was misrepresented at the time of the agreement, and that she owes you nothing. Car was no good. But she has the car.
Correct.
And you have the title.
Correct.
To the car. So
She
what
had-
brings you to court, though, Mr. Powers? That's what I'm.
She don't want to. She said she don't want to pay the car off because she kept talking me and my mom into going down on the price of the car, and I wouldn't do it.
Well, you went from $1,200 to $900
Already.
You were paid $400. You're owed $500, and I'm going to get to Mr. Powers, Miss James, in a minute. But she says the car was no good. You know, and in the law they say that's fraud in the fact. You sold me a lemon. It's no good. I'm raising my voice
Right.
for effect, so that
Right.
and I'm not speaking for Miss James. And I don't know whether the car is good or not. You, by your own admission, your honest admission, unabashed admission, said there was a problem with the car.
Right.
You told
and I told
about
her,
it.
okay, and then when she came to try to lower the prices, I told her I'd give her $100 back, just give me the car back,
Yes.
if she wasn't happy. She didn't want to do that.
And the car's still in your name?
It's still in my name. My wife actually typed up a thing for her to sign, but she wouldn't sign it. Because she already had the car.
She's going to tell us why.
Yeah. So then
I'll get to you,
she-
Mrs. Powers, in a moment, but I do want to hear from Miss James. Well, Miss James, we've heard from the big man over there
Yeah.
who sold you a car you don't like.
It wasn't
And,
that I didn't like the car.
yeah.
It's just
Well, tell me.
Once I received the car, I didn't know it had a problem, an axle problem.
Did he tell you about this oil problem?
I don't remember that, but if he did, okay, but it have 3 oil leaks. I've gotten 2 fixed, and it still has another oil leak. And at that time, when I received the car, within about a few days, I had to get an axle fixed.
How much did that cost? I think you've spent almost $1,500 on this
Yes,
car.
I have.
You still have the car?
It's in the
You
garage.
use it? It's in the garage?
I use it when my car breaks down. I use it.
As a substitute car?
Yeah.
Because it's not reliable.
No.
It's no good.
It jerks as I drive. It changes gears. It jerks. It jerks.
Yeah,
It jerks
it's no
all the
good.
time. I've
The car's
had the
no
car.
good. Miss Ramirez, what? I want to say hello to you, certainly. What brings you here? Please come up and tell us.
Well, Miss James had contacted me and asked me if I can come let you know when I was approached. I was offered to buy the car back in April 2006.
Oh, you looked at Mr. Powers' car?
Yes, I
the
did.
Honda. And what did you
I
see
really
when you
needed-
looked at it?
When I left to test drive it, as I turned, I did hear that click, click sound.
Yeah.
So that also made me, aware that there was something wrong. So when I came back, I was going to park the car as it was. And I had to wait for a minute because there was another car coming and I couldn't turn in reverse. And then I backed up slowly. As I left, I didn't tell him if I was going to buy the car or not because I had so many questions in my mind.
Well, you didn't buy it. You didn't like it. You didn't buy it.
No.
So that.
As I was walking out, though, I seen spots on the floor and then a big puddle at the driveway where I had driven in.
Well, can I just stop you for a minute, Mr. Powers? Why don't you? Did you offer to fix the car?
Yes, I did, Your Honor, and I told her if she had any problems, I would fix it.
For free.
Right.
You would
because
fix
I
it
fixed
for
her
free.
other cars for free.
See, this is what I don't understand, Miss James. You have the car. If I were involved, I'd give the car back. Because it's junk, according to it's not junk. I withdraw that.
In Your Honor?
It's a second string car. It's not on the first. It's not the first string car. It doesn't make the starting lineup, if you will, to use a sport analogy. So you tell me, Mr. Powers,
I told her when she first made the first payment, she complained. So I told her, I'll give you your money back, and you give me the car back. She wouldn't do it.
That's where we are now. We've heard enough. And then when we come back,
right,
we're going to speak to the jury, let them ask some questions. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you all.
Through? Are we through?
No.
Oh.
This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning for us.
Coming up, the plaintiff says he was helping out the defendant. But the defendant says she got stuck with a lemon. The celebrities have the floor. Next on Jury Duty. Welcome back to Jury Duty, giving small claims one of those cool Hollywood makeovers.
Today we have the plaintiff, Troy Powers, suing the defendant, Stephanie James, for $500. That's the money on a car that Miss James agreed to buy from Mr. Powers. Miss James claims she owes Mr. Powers nothing because the car is no good. Now, I want to welcome Mrs. Powers, that lovely lady over there. Now, what happened here, Mrs. Powers? Because I understand this got pretty heated, this whole situation, between and among you ladies and Mr. Powers. What happened?
My husband was doing her a favor. I asked him to. She was having problems getting back and forth to work.
No good deed goes unpunished. That's what always happens. Don't do favors. Do what you're supposed to do. And then I'm just saying, that's just a credo of mine.
Well,
if I'm supposed to help somebody, I help them. I help everybody. But go ahead.
So he attempted to repair her car so she could get back and forth to work. And then we both remembered that he had a Honda that he wanted to sell.
Yes. Well, that we heard. But
yeah.
What happened after this sale and the argument? What happened with you?
With me, it became a very uncomfortable place to work.
You had some disagreements with Miss James and Miss Ramirez?
Yes. Rumors got to me about my husband, how he's such a bad person, selling her a bad car, but yet she still drives the car every day to work. So it cannot be that bad.
Yeah. What I'm going to do to help us is introduce our well-known, talented jurors. They're going to have questions of all of you. I think, Mr. Corbett, if it's okay with you, we usually begin with number 3, and then we move down.
Great. I actually have a question for Miss James. I'm confused because I don't understand. It seems to me, and if you could clear this up for me, that you have 2 options that were presented to you, and you didn't choose either option. One was that the car you were not happy with, and our plaintiff has agreed to take the car back and give you your money back. That's one option. And the other is he's also agreed or verbally said that he would repair the car for you, and you haven't taken him up on that offer. So with those 2 options, why have you not exercised either one of those options?
The one option that you just mentioned about him repairing the car, yes, he did say he would fix the car. But at that time, my notes have, he was in the hospital, or his wife was in the hospital. He was sick. There was no one that could work on the car. The car needed repairing immediately.
Can you repair the car now?
Yeah, I've spent so much money on the car now. Yeah, you can if you want to, but I've spent so much money, I wasn't going to let him take the car back and give it to some other poor sucker and let them pay more money for a car that was no good, and I put all this money into the car.
She says she put $1,500.
Okay, and then why, at the time, did you not offer, take up his offer to give him the car back?
Because at that time I had spent close to $780. At that time, on October, I asked him, could they please go down on the amount of the car, since we were friends, because I can't pay for the car and put work into the car that he can't work on because they were sick. So I had to put money into the car because I needed it.
Okay, so you, of course, still have this car.
Yes, I do.
How long have you had the car for, knowing that you were to sign the agreement?
Since August.
Since August of
last year,
last year.
06.
So you've had the car for almost a year, and you did not sign the agreement. And so, do you ever have any intentions on signing this agreement and/or giving the car back?
No, he's suing me for the car, so whatever comes out of the case, I don't plan to give it back. I've put $1,500 into the car. It still don't work good, but it still runs. I'm able to drive it when I need to drive it. But no, I've spent too much money on it. He's going to just take it and give it to somebody else, the same raggedy car. And I don't feel like somebody else should get a car that's not running very good.
Well, he's suing you.
I've kept it.
He's suing you for the unpaid balance,
Right.
too.
Right.
So, Ms. Bingham, I want you to be aware of that. I have to defer to Jim J. Bullock, who is going to have a query or two, I'm sure.
How long did you have the car before it started having problems?
I got the car August, probably around the 10th or the 11th. August the 18th, I had to get it repaired for $292.40. August the 31st, I had to get it repaired for $67.88. He has the receipt, so I don't have that written down. September the 8th, I spent $652.64. September 21st, I paid $240.
Slow down, just to say you spent all that money. But is it correct that it's almost $1,500
in less than a month.
Am I wrong? Or
No,
am I
you're
right?
not wrong.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Bullock. I'm sorry.
During this time, did you let him know that the car was not working and you said that you had offered to repair it? Is this before your heart attack? And did you let him know at this time?
Yes, I did. I wrote them. I let Brenda know that I needed the car repaired. They wrote me notes later on letting me know that they've been sick and they're sorry. And I can't do anything when the car needs to be repaired right now. I understand he was going to repair it if he was available to repair it, but he wasn't available.
But if you bought the car and like 5 days later or 10 days later you started having problems, when did you first notify him that it was having problems? Within the 10 days that you had purchased the car?
I think it was within 15 days.
And you were well and able to work on it at that time.
Correct.
Is that correct? Why didn't you fix it at that time?
Because she was trying to
I know.
get us to go lower on the price.
No,
I
and
told
I
her,
was not
I
at
told
that
her
time.
if you don't want the car, I'll give you her $100 back, and you can give me the
It
car
was
back.
$200.
I think we've got the issue crystallized. Now I'm hoping that our brilliant and talented jurors can make head or tail of it. This is the point in the case where you'll deliberate, and when you come back, we'll see what you've done. We're in recess.
Coming up, a used car leads to headaches, co-workers fighting, and a lawsuit. But which side proved their case? Hear the jurors deliberate next on Jury Duty. If you have a case, we want to hear about it. Call or log on to juryduty.tv and tell Judge Cutler how you've been wronged. Jury Duty, the first and only celebrity justice system. Welcome back to Jury Duty. Overhauling justice, then giving it a lube job.
It has 217 miles.
Million miles on it.
If you're going to buy a car that's got that many miles on it, you got to know that it's not a new car.
You're getting what you're getting.
Right.
I mean, well, my whole thing is well, sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but my
no.
whole thing is it's all verbalized, okay? And
It is all verbal.
And they were friends, and Mrs. James did not. I mean, I don't understand why. At what point you say, if you're not going to sign this agreement, give me the car back?
Exactly.
Or why keep the car if you're not going to pay?
I asked her directly, and she didn't really respond exactly when I said, you got the car, it stopped working, you called him up and said it's not working. At what point do you say, okay, no, take it back, or if he gives you the option to take it back, you let it go? She gave him the option. He said, I'll fix it, or I'll take it back, and she still went ahead and fixed it on her own.
Right.
I would have waited, and I would have, or whatever, I would have, allowed Mr. Powers to
fix it.
I wouldn't have put any of my own money into the car.
Right, because
Especially
she had two cars, right? So this is
she
the
had
second
another one
car.
also.
So if she could have driven the other car and let him fix it before he got sick, before he had his heart attack, then why didn't she do that?
Yeah.
Or when he was sick
I'm
and
unclear about that.
right, he had his heart attack. He could have found someone else to have the car repaired for her.
Yeah, but that was even later down the line. She'd already had the car for a while by then,
Right.
and she'd had it repaired a couple times, and she didn't give him the option to fix it, is what I think, from what I could tell from the timeline. Is that what you guys are getting?
Yeah.
Well-
It sounds like there was a string of problems for the entire
From the
month.
beginning.
From the very beginning, for like an entire month, she was constantly taking the car in to have it
Right.
fixed.
August the 18th, I had to get it repaired for $292.40. August the 31st, I had to get it repaired for $67.88. September the 8th, I spent $652.64. September 21st, I paid $240.
Slow down, just to
I'm
say you
sorry.
spent all that money. But is it correct that it's almost $1,500
in less than a month.
Am I wrong? Or am I
you're
right?
not wrong.
Okay.
And it seems like that was when he was okay and well enough to have repaired the car.
Exactly, in that time
So why does
frame.
she keep putting money into that? Was her own doing.
Right.
But also,
do that.
exactly, and as according to this document here, the whole as-is thing,
It's as
he did
is.
say there was oil problems. She
Right.
did know that. She said she found 3. And then she had an axle problem, and then she heard that it has a
Did
jerking
she take
problem.
it for a test drive? I don't think so.
Her
friend did.
witness did, and she was offered the car. And
Yeah,
she said she didn't
no
want
to it. But then our defendant went ahead and bought it.
Yeah.
Even
Right.
though her friend test drove it and went, oh no, it's got problems.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
she still went ahead and bought it.
Bottom line, it's never good to do this between
With friends.
friends anyway.
Right,
And if you are going to
yes.
do it with friends, you really need to have the paperwork
And
done
always in writing,
beforehand.
always.
And she should have taken it and had that car checked out by a mechanic before she ever went into this thing.
It's got 217,000 miles on it. It's going to have a problem every week.
And goes
you got to know
Exactly.
that.
It's at
Yeah.
the end of its leg anyway. I mean, I once had a lemon before. I was guilty. I bought it with problems as is. I had to give it back about maybe a month later. I had to actually junk it because the engine fell out of it.
But when you're buying a car, as is like
As
that,
is.
it's a lot of money.
You get what
So-
you get, what you pay for.
It's tough. I think she should have done more due diligence. He seemed to be pretty straightforward about it.
Yeah, and it
That's what I'm
sucks that
getting.
they're all friends,
And
it's
bad.
and that this $500 discrepancy has sort of torn their friendship up and caused bad blood. That
That's
sucks.
true.
Is the plaintiff entitled to more money, or is the defendant justified in her actions? The verdict is next on Jury Duty. You're watching Jury Duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict in this case?
Yes, we have.
Well, Miss Bingham, you are the forelady and, of course, the loveliest of the 3. So I would ask you to hand over the verdict to the good sergeant.
Absolutely.
In jury duty, on jury duty, the jury makes the unanimous decision. And if they do, that's the rule. If they don't, then I intervene. So I want to look at the jury's verdict here. You all ready for that? The jury has spoken in this case, and they have awarded you, Mr. Powers, the $500 that is owed to you. And I want to thank you. I know you're disappointed, Miss James and Miss Ramirez. My only comment is this. You buy a car with 212,000 miles on it, and it's got leaking oil and all of the rest of it, and you're not allegedly hoodwinked by somebody, well, you bought it as is. You've got difficulties, and I'm not making light of it. But the jury has spoken. I agree with the verdict. You're all lovely people. You ought to make friends. And I guess the moral of the story is you shouldn't buy things from friends unless they're in writing. So they've awarded the case to you, Mr. Powers. I hope your health improves, and I hope Mrs. Powers is in good stead. Hope you all get together. This is jury duty. The jury has spoken. This court is adjourned.
The jury has ruled in favor of the plaintiff, Troy Powers, awarding him the full amount of $500.
The only thing I want to suggest is that the plaintiff, in lieu of trying to build their friendship again, maybe as a compromise, since she is going to pay him the $500, maybe offer to do $500 worth of free work on the car for her.
I agree. She should have had the car checked out before. She should have taken it to a mechanic and had it checked out before she bought the car.
My decision is for the plaintiff, $500. A lemon is a lemon. Sorry.
Today's show has been brought to you by, from Croton, this lady's solid stainless steel watch with genuine ceramic dial and bracelet links is one of today's hottest looks. Croton, crafting fine watches since 1878.